What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Invertcast, a podcast series talking about all things inverts from husbandry and breeding and everything in between. My name is Jeremy. You may know me from the channel Jeremy's Wild World. I am your host, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. So as you saw from the title, guys, today's episode is the official first episode of this podcast series, apart from the pilot I released a couple months ago. Now, I just want to quickly apologize in regards to that, just because if you listen to that podcast, I did say I wanted to do this podcast fairly consistently, but due to life getting in the way with work and everything, I just haven't had the time to sit down and record episodes. But as I'll explain later on in today's episode, I do want to do this more consistently in 2022, but we'll talk about more of that later on. Now, as you saw from today's title, today's podcast episode is basically just going to be me sitting here talking about what I want to do in 2022 in regards to my channel with videos and everything, breeding projects in regards to my inverts, and potential business I want to start setting up next year. But yeah, let's just jump straight into it, talking about my channel. So if you guys watch my channel fairly consistently, you know that my videos consist of a lot of unboxing videos. I do have a couple different types of videos, like I've done a few rehousing videos this year, display enclosures, etc. I did do the Theraphozonae species Panama Christmas special, which was my very first voiceover video. But in regards to that, I do want to, in 2022, change up my content in regards to having different types of videos out there, instead of just me doing unboxings all the time. I want to do more collection tours because, if I'm completely honest with you guys, I'm pretty sure like 75% of the inverts I currently keep, I actually haven't shown on my YouTube channel. I've shown them briefly on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me there, definitely follow me there. Jeremy's Wild One _ on Instagram. Little shameless plug right there. But yeah, so a lot of my collection I don't actually show you guys, which is a shame because a couple of people who have seen behind the scenes, shout out to Amy and Danny, Danny from Keeper Cards and Amy from Pet Rock and Roll. You've seen my menagerie, fair bit of it, but I haven't shown the complete menagerie that I currently have, and it's really a shame because I do want to show more content to you guys. Like, people will probably think, oh, he just does a lot of unboxing, just buys, but I don't buy just for the content, guys. I buy because I enjoy having these animals in my collection, and I enjoy keeping them as pets, and I just love animals. Like, if you listen to my pilot episode, I've loved animals since I was a young kid. And just having the opportunity to have these in my collection has just been fantastic over the past year and a bit. And I just want to keep growing my collection and just be working with different types of animals, seeing how they act in captivity and everything, and potentially breeding them, which I will be talking about later on. But yeah, so I want to do more collection tour videos. In regards to the voiceover video, that was completely not scripted. I did not have a script. I was making it all up just on the spot. If you guys haven't watched it, feel free to check it out. I just released it at the time of recording this just a few days ago, actually. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to do so. It's my Christmas special. Came out a little late just because editing it was a bit harder than expected due to, of course, not having a script. The voiceover took a lot longer than expected. So definitely for 2022, I want to do like top 10 videos or top 5s, etc. Kind of like an Adam style from Wicked's Wicked Reptiles. There we go, got that eventually. So kind of like his style of top 5, top 10s, etc. But of course not for reptiles, for inverts, because I'm currently specializing in inverts and everything. I would love to do that because, in my opinion, there are a lot of different types of inverts that I like, and I feel like the majority of people would enjoy as well. So if I just want to get my opinion out there, as well as being slightly educational as well, giving some information in regards to some certain species. So I'd love to do like top 5 videos next year and doing the voiceover style, of course having a script this time, so it's not as tedious as it was when I was recording the Christmas special. So yeah, I definitely want to do some more of that. And I want to do some care guide videos as well, like having like a creature feature kind of thing, like having a video that's specifying on one certain invert and talking all things about it. Kind of like, what's his name? It's Clint from Clint's Reptiles. So kind of like his best invertebrate kind of style videos. Like, obviously I'm not going to be stealing these guys' ideas, like it's going to be my original thing, but I would like to have it similar to their stuff, just because, you know, I find their content really entertaining, and you know, I can sit for an entire top 5 of Adams, and you know, I love watching Clint's videos, talking about different aspects of a certain species and how it will be in someone's collection, like if it's preferable for them or not really. It's like, I like to do those kinds of things as well. So I'll talk about maybe one species of true spider, like the sea sale, talk about the pros and cons, etc., of owning the species and everything. And yeah, so I'd love to do that kind of content in the future, and definitely switch on my content in 2022. Don't worry, guys, there'll definitely be more unboxings because I can never get enough inverts in this menagerie of mine. It's really great to have all these inverts and everything. And yeah, so moving on to other things in regards to my channel, I'd like to do other types of content as well. I'd definitely like to do more live streams. Like that's one thing I definitely want to crack down in 2022 is finding a set day, maybe like once a month or once every 2 weeks, doing a live stream just on my channel. I don't know if I should be saying this or not, but of course it's already out that Danny over at Keeper Cards is doing like a Great British Bake Off style streaming thing. I will be doing that eventually in 2022 as well with Amy and Danny. We'll be hosting it every Friday, I believe it's going to be, and that's going to be really fun. So but I also want to do some streaming on my channel as well as inviting guests on. Maybe we can do some like live podcasts and stuff as well. Like I'm not too sure exactly what I want to do, but I definitely want to do more live streams because I did a live stream unboxing for my what was it called, Scolopendra subspinipes Terraria. That was really fun. Like it was great talking to you guys because I hadn't done a stream in a good few months. So doing that stream, it was nice catching up with some of you guys, talking to you guys in real time and everything. And yeah, so definitely want to do some more live streams in 2022, as well as I said in the beginning, definitely doing more podcasts. I want to be able to sit down and talk about different types of subjects with different types of people. So obviously I will be looking into getting different guests here on the podcast, whether it's multiple guests or just one guest at a time. And what I want to do is eventually get like, not just YouTubers and big people. I want to get like general hobbyists and friends of mine up here, and we can sit here and talk about different types of things. So like, it doesn't have to be some all scientific podcast. I can invite one of my friends or one of you guys if you feel like coming on. We can just sit here 15, 20, half an hour, who knows how long. We can just talk about the hobby and what we like about the invert hobby in general. Like that's why I want this podcast series to be, is just being able to put me in the background, listen to while you're doing some maintenance or something like that. Listen to me having a casual conversation with you guys, making it feel like, that's what I love about, for example, Richard from the Tarantula Collective. I love his podcast. Like every time I do a feeding, I'll put one of his podcasts on, and feeding just does not drag on because, of course, with the amount of inverts I have when I do feedings, for example, for the predatory inverts like my tarantulas, centipedes, scorpions, all that, I feed them all in one go in one day. So it's just easier for me to sit down. But it does take me about an hour, and it's great to have like a podcast to stick in the background and just listen to someone in the background talking whilst I'm doing feedings, because it's great. Like definitely one of Richard's podcasts that I love the most is when he did the one with Tarantula Cat. That one is a really good podcast. I love it. Like I can just have it on, just listen to them talking and do some maintenance, and it just feels like time flies by. So that's what I want to do with this as well. So like have some of you guys on, just so like if you guys ever want to, instead of playing some music, have my podcast in the background. Why not have something different to listen to, feel like you have someone to talk to whilst you're doing your maintenance. So yeah, definitely want to do some more podcasts. Of course it'll be like featured stuff. So maybe if I talk about Mantis one day, I'll either get like, let's say if I ask Mitch from Unseen Universe to come on and we can do a podcast together, talk about like his business and everything, and he specializes in Mantidae. Or I could get like maybe someone from the Spy Shop to come in and talk about like business in general. Or Tony, I can get Tony from Venomous Visions to come on. We can talk centipedes and millipedes. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. And this podcast series has untapped potential, is basically what I want to say. And that is definitely what I want to do in the future, because I don't think I'll ever run out of ideas for this podcast. Like there's definitely a lot of stuff I can do in regards to this podcast, but we'll see where this goes and everything. And yeah, so that's enough for me talking about videos. Let's jump into breeding projects. So 2022, a big goal of mine is to get a lot of the inverts I currently have breeding. So I currently have a few pairs of mantis I'm definitely going to be breeding in 2022. I've already paired up a couple. This is the Hymenopus carinatus, the orchid mantis, as well as Deroplates truncata, the triangle deadleaf mantis. So I've already paired those two up and hoping to get some Uthecus soon. But I've currently got as well 2 adult female Helvia cardinalis, this being the yellow orchid mantis. I definitely want to be breeding those in the future, maybe getting a male relatively soon, so fingers crossed I can breed those and produce some nymphs. I also have a pair of P. pinnahavenosis. Sorry, I butchered that scientific name, but that is the peacock mantis, so I definitely want to be breeding them in the future. I have 2 females and a male right now. One female is subadult, one male is subadult, and another female is pre-sub. But I don't know if I'll be breeding the pre-sub, just because I believe the male is related to her, so I don't want any inbreeding going on there. So hopefully I can breed those as well as some other mantis. I've got a pair of Sphygna mantis media constrictor, this being the Indonesian double shield mantis, coming from Liam over at Mantis Den. If you guys watched which show was it? Which show was it? Ooh, that's a good question. Eastern Invert Show. I picked them up at the Eastern Invert Show. So I got a pair of Sphygna mantis media constrictor. They're doing really, really well. Both of them are subadult right now. So hopefully in early 2022, I'll be able to pair those up. And yeah, so there's a lot of mantis I want to be pairing up. Definitely going to be pairing up a lot of mantis in the future. I've got some females I'm growing right now. Just had a Sphodra mantis species blue flash mature, and I found a male, which is fantastic. It'll be great to breed these. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be pairing Sphodra mantis species blue flash. So that's basically with the mantis. Now spiders. I want to breed true spiders and tarantulas, but I do have a couple pairs I'm raising at the moment. I've currently got the Chromatopelma cyanobubescens growing. This is the GBB, or the green bottle blues. My female is subadult, and I believe my male is pre-sub. So hopefully, in maybe I'd say closer to the end of 2022, early 2023, my pair will be ready. I've been growing these on for about a year now, so hopefully both of them will raise up properly, and I'll be able to crack these down. Just because it'll be great to pair some GBBs. I know it's quite hard to breed them, but I'm going to give it a go anyways because I did invest some money into this pair. I mainly got them because I love the GBB. I mainly wanted the female, but a pair, 90 quid, male and female. I had to pick it up at the time. I believe it came from Spider Planet, so I couldn't pass up that deal at the time and picked them both up. And yeah, so I've been raising them ever since. My female is currently in pre-molt, so hopefully she'll have a couple more molts in 2022. My male will be ready. I'll condition the female and get ready to pair them. I also have a pair of Evapora diversipes. This is the Amazon Sapphire Pink Toe or something like that. I'm not great with common names, but I've got a subadult female and a very young male. So hopefully I'll be breeding those in 2022. Hopefully mid to late or early 2023. We'll see how the growth rates are on these. I'm just waiting for one more molt from my female, but of course the male has a few more molts to go. So hopefully I'll be pairing on those. Also tarantulas wise, I would love to pair I have yet to release a video, but by the time this podcast comes out, it will be my Panther Beta species Machala that I got from Ben over at Ben's Pets. Again, dude, thank you so much for gifting me that female. I'll hopefully be pairing her. She is an adult female, so at the next upcoming shows, I'll hopefully be finding a male, fresh one, and I'll be pairing those possibly on a live stream. That's also something I want to add on, live streaming, breeding projects and everything. That would be fantastic to do. Talking to you guys because some projects take a very, very long time. Some take really, really quick. No time. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you know my channel, if you guys have seen it or not, but I did live stream pairing some jumping spiders. That was really, really fun to do, and it was great to watch and everything. And yeah, so tarantulas, I have also already paired a couple dwarf species. This being the Cochiana bronipes and the Dolichothele diamantinensis. Unfortunately, both egg sacs were unviable. Both females dropped, but they looked fertile, so I'm just hoping that this time, if they do double clutch, I will be putting them in a dark area, this being my cupboard or one of my wardrobe or one of my drawers or something like that. Keep them hidden away and just do not check on them up on them often. But I think that's one mistake I did, was just stress them out from constantly checking up on them. And that's why they dropped the egg sac. So it's all a learning curve, guys. But I managed to get the egg sac dropped for both species, which is fantastic. And hopefully, in the near future, I'll be able to get some egg sacs from them. But yeah, as I said before, I talked about my tarantulas. 2022, I definitely want to be breeding some more true spiders. I love true spiders. It's one of my top 3 groups of inverts I love keeping. It's true spiders / mygalomorphs. Mygalomorphs being like your Linothele and your trapdoors. So I have paired up one true spider species a couple months ago. This being the Copianus or I'm just going to say C. Sale, the tiger wandering spider. I have an adult female that's been paired up. She's really, really chunky, but she has yet to drop an egg sac, and I did pair her back in October. So I don't know if the male was infertile or what, but I'm just hoping she drops a sac soon, and if she drops a sac, fingers crossed that it's fertile. But I would love to breed certain species in 2022. I will definitely be on the lookout for some huntsman species. I would love to breed some huntsmen. We'll be definitely looking for some at the shows, some pairs or young slings to raise up. Currently raising up some mygalomorphs. I've got 2 slings of Linothele megatheloides, hoping it's a pair, fingers crossed. And yeah, definitely want to be breeding those. So basically it's just like, if I can find some wolf spider species, that'll be fantastic. I did have a pair of Hoggen Radiata, but the male died shortly after purchasing him, and the female, she just had phantom egg sacs, so that's unfortunate. But that's just the cost of buying wild caught spiders, unfortunately. So yeah, there's definitely a great thing about breeding is definitely getting more captive bred specimens in the hobby and stuff like that. And that's what I want to do, especially with true spiders. You don't see a lot of true spider breeding. You see like a lot of adult females dropping sacs and the slings being captive born, which is CBB instead of CB. But I would definitely like to breed a lot more true spiders in the future. And also breeding wise, there's a lot of things, guys. I've got a lot of stuff I want to do, and I will be talking about that later on in regards to my business. So breeding wise for isopods, of course, isopods basically breed themselves, but I would like to get some species. I would love to start working with some of the larger Porcellio, Porcellio hoffmannseggi, Bolivari, Magnificus, Expansus, Spatulatus, Warneri, you can name them all. I want to work with them. I currently work with a few basic species, but I do have one semi-large Porcellio, which is the Porcellio flavomarginatus. They're doing good. I produce some Manca right now. I would also like to work with some more Armadillidiums. I've currently only got a few Armadillidium species. It's been Granulatum, Maculatum, Montenegro, and Gastroid. I believe those are the 4 I have. I would love to work with some more Cubaris. I did actually breed Cubaris rubber ducky, but unfortunately my colony crashed. I'm just left with one little lonesome rubber ducky, so I would love to work with more of them in the future. And yeah, so basically breeding isopods is mainly just me acquiring more species and stuff, but for now I'm just happy with the species I have, and just need to what I'm definitely going to do in 2022 is buy some fresh blood for all of my colonies, including my Cubaris Panda Kings, which have been doing fantastic. I have sold groups of them, but my colony, I'm just worried that there's inbreeding. Although there are 3 different bloodlines in there, I would love to get some more fresh blood in there. So I'll definitely be looking into buying some more Cubaris Panda Kings in 2022 and everything. And yeah, so that's the isopods. Definitely another thing I want to be breeding is scorpions. Oh, excuse me. I've been talking for a little while now. So yeah, definitely want to be breeding some scorpions in 2022. Tony, if you guys haven't seen at the time of recording, he is getting a lovely, beautiful species of cave emperor. It's like the P. viatatus or something like that. It's like Panda palpus or something like that, I believe. Don't get me wrong, guys. The pronunciations with some scientific names just does not fly with me. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be picking up a sex pair of those, and hopefully we'll be breeding them, as well as hopefully I'd love to breed some desert scorpions. Me and my friend, we do have Sminigerus bachoni. If you guys watch my TSS unboxing a couple videos back, I picked up some rare scorpions that TSS brought in. This being the P. bargai, which is a new scorpion in Europe for the first time, but unfortunately both of ours are males, so we can't breed those, me and my friend. But we are looking into breeding the Sminigerus bachoni. I've got a male and he's got a female, so fingers crossed we could get some captive breeding of that species here in the UK. That would be fantastic, as well as me breeding some other desert species. Oh, excuse me. I've got some Hadrurus arizonensis pallidus. I've got a female. I believe mine is female, so I'll be looking to get a male. Hopefully TSS still have some, so at the time of recording this, sorry. And hopefully I'll be breeding some Hadrurus arizonensis pallidus, as well as maybe the normal arizonensis too. I've got my little fat boy Harry in my desert communal, and we'll see if I manage to breed them, but I'm mainly looking to breed the pallidus, because there have been captive bred scorpions of normal arizonensis here in the UK before. So yeah, that's basically scorpions, basically acquiring more species and working with more in the future. I love scorpions, but I know that the breeding process takes a long time. The gestation period of scorpions compared to other inverts is going to take a while, so it's mainly just investing in scorpion pairs now, getting them bred, and hopefully they'll be ready by 2023, etc. And yeah, so other breeding projects, beetles. If you guys don't know, I'm a major beetle fan. I've had some success breeding stag beetles and rhino beetles. The species I bred, I haven't talked about this on the channel yet. I've bred Hexacyrus parrii, the Japanese or the Asian fighting stag. I've had success with the Japanese rhino beetles, the E.T. dictamus, whatever the Japanese rhino beetles, the scientific name is. So I bred those and had success with rainbow stag larvae. Really happy with the breeding of rainbow stags. I had a trio, purple line male, purple line female, and a green female. Had 23 larvae total, so that was fantastic. I actually explained in my live stream that I traded 20 of the rainbow stags for my Taraja centipede, so that was awesome. So I did that, and I've also bred Lamprima al Dauphine. I have a group, I believe, of 6 scrubs right now. I'm holding back, as well as the Hexothyus paria. I'm going to be raising those and breeding them hopefully in 2022, maybe early 2023. We'll see what the pupation period is like for all of them. And I did also hold back some rainbow stag larvae. I don't know if I'll be selling them or keeping them and breeding them again. Most likely we'll just buy another pair if I do plan on breeding rainbow stags again. But yeah, so beetle wise, I definitely want to be breeding some more. I'm looking into getting some more larger fruit beetles this time. I want to get that a go. That would be really cool, like maybe some more Mecarina. I have MTUs right now, Mecarina torcona ugandensis, the blue form. 2 of my larvae unfortunately died. 1 pupated and died in pupation, and 1 just died all of a sudden. So only I'm left with 3, which is a male and 2 females. So hopefully those pupate and I'll be managed to be able to breed those in 2022. I would like to breed Goliathus, even though that is a stretch because the larvae are expensive, and the only guy I know in the UK that currently has them is Richard, and he has them for I think 21 a piece for an L2 unsexed, so breeding those will be a stretch, but I definitely want to grab some larvae from Richard at some point, maybe work with some more larger stag beetles or rhino beetles again, who knows. I definitely want to work with beetles. It's really fun, it's expensive, but it's fun to do. It won't be as expensive if I learn to make my own flake soil, which I will eventually do. I've got a lot of material that I have right now that I just haven't started to ferment yet, and I need to get on that. So that's definitely something I'll do for 2022, is get on making some fresh flake soil for myself. That stuff is expensive. But yeah, so current breeding for beetles I have right now is a pair of Dorcas spinodolosus. I made a video on that, setting up a breeding tub. Hopefully those 2 have been breeding. I had them together since I believe it's September, October time. So I will be checking their breeding tub maybe late January, early February. I haven't seen them surface yet, so maybe they're going through a hibernation period. I just hope the female's been laying eggs, so I did actually witness some pairing. And I have some Seahorn Amani. I can't remember what the common name for them is. It's like a fruit beetle, small little one. I have a group of, I believe it's 8 now. So hopefully I'll get some larvae from them. And yeah, so that's pretty much off the top of my head all the breeding projects I can think of at the moment. So hopefully all of that combined together will lead on to the next topic, which is going to be a business I want to start hopefully in 2022. Now, the main reason why I've been buying so many inverts and wanting to breed them is 1, because I'm fascinated by owning them, and 2 is because I actually do want to start some sort of business in 2022 or begin the process of doing so. Now, with a business, I'm definitely not counting on it at all. It's mainly just a push of the luck, spin of the wheel to see if it actually succeeds or not. So far, I have been fairly successful selling stuff just on the casual side. I made quite a bit of money selling inverts and stuff like that, but I mainly want to do it just because, like, it would be cool to have my own thing to run, like a little small business just on the side that I can do. Kind of like, if you guys know Claire from Mantis Marvels, she works a full-time job, but she does Mantis Marvels on the side. That's something I'd like to do, like a big-ish business that has money consistently coming in that can, that benefits others, and they can get some awesome stuff from me, and I can get more awesome stuff in, possibly maybe get a bigger facility to have more stuff in, all sorts of stuff. I would love to just put more inverts into the hobby, different types, because you see a lot of people go for breeding tarantulas, and that's the main thing why I don't want to be breeding too many tarantulas in 2022, is because a lot of competition with tarantulas recently. Like, there's a lot of companies that breed and want to sell tarantulas. It's a very niche market, and there's only so many spaces for breeding tarantulas nowadays. Like, I was talking to Tony about this at the show. Like, there's so many sellers of tarantulas, but there's not a lot of people who specialize in like true spiders, centipedes, scorpions, etc. I love the miscellaneous inverts, and I know a lot of people love miscellaneous inverts too. So that's like something I want to capitalize on, is miscellaneous inverts, and hopefully focus on setting up a business where I'm either breeding for wholesale or breeding as a business, and just selling on the side and just enjoy the hobby whilst getting to know breeders, importers, etc. That would be fantastic. Definitely want to be doing stuff like that in the future. it's great. Like, selling stuff, you meet all kinds of people, and it's just really enjoyable. Like, it's great to see that people message you like, oh, thank you so much for this. Really do appreciate that and everything. Everything arrived perfectly fine. It's good to know that for me that I've had success breeding this species and I'm able to give them to other hobbyists. Like, I'm not looking to charge ridiculous prices. Like, for me, I like to sell stuff where I'm making a little bit of money, but it's cheaper than what you would averagely see. Like, that's one main thing as well. I want to make certain species more accessible to the general public. For example, like Cubaris Panda King. I don't sell them for a lot of money. Like, a group of 10, I will sell between 45 to 50 pounds. And a group of 5, I will sell for about 30 pounds. Now, I could sell them for much more because Cubaris in general are a very high demand species. But because I just want people to have them in the hobby, and of course, the more people have them, the more availability there will be, and the more opportunity people will get to have them, Cubaris Panda King, very beautiful species. I love them, and in 2022, I would love to make like some sort of display enclosure for them. But I would also like to see them more readily available, considering that for a Cubaris, they breed relatively quickly. So with that information in hand, my price for Cubaris Panda King, I just want to simply say, if you're listening to this, I do only sell within the UK. So if you guys are ever interested, PM me. I do sell a few different types of inverts. I've got some isopods, I've got a few miscellaneous slings here and there. I've got some assassin bugs I bred myself. So if you guys are interested, feel free to message me on my Instagram. But yeah, enough about that. So yeah, with the Cubaris Panda King, I would like to make them more accessible to people while still be able to have a little bit of money on the side, just to be able to put it back into my hobby. And that's how I can enjoy it, So yeah, so that's the main thing about the business and stuff is, 1, so I can have some money to enjoy the hobby, 2, to get inverts out to you guys, so many people can enjoy all the different types of inverts that we have. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. With the business and stuff, I'm mainly going to be naming it after my brand name already on YouTube, which is Jeremy's Wild World. I do actually already have a business page on Instagram. I don't really use it that much right now, but in 2022, I'm definitely going to be starting to look at making like merch, business cards, stickers, everything, and definitely starting to push this this business up in 2022. Of course, along with the channel, I'll pair it with the channel and everything, and just because we'll see how it goes, pretty much. Like, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, like, it's definitely a gamble, but we'll see. Definitely, so far it's going pretty good, but I can definitely make it much better. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much my plans for 2022. Everything to do with the videos, breeding projects, and business potential. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Now, hopefully in the next one, I will hopefully be getting a guest on, and hopefully the episode 2 will come out much more quicker than episode 1 has come out this time around. I'm not going to go for a hiatus for 2 months. I'm definitely going to try and look into getting a episode out very, very, very soon. And yeah, so guys, that's been the Invertcast, the podcast talking about all things inverts from husbandry and breeding and everything in between. My name is Jeremy, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.